we're live. Samantha, can you move the camera just that way, just a little bit? We're live with Myco Myers. So that's good. Thank you. What's going on, Myco? Yeah, pretty good. And we got Samantha with us today.
Hey.
There. So, just kidding. It was Tristan.
Myco's not here.
Myco's not here. So, what's going on, Tristan?
Not much. Had a stressful day dealing with your kid. I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I can imagine. I have a stressful every day.
Jack's your kid, right?
No, Jack's not my kid.
You'd think so at this point.
You kind of would. Just based on how it goes.
Yeah.
All right, so, hey, we got Ian with us already.
What's up, Ian?
What's up, Ian? So, guys, this is, well, Tristan is going to introduce himself.
I'm Tristan. I'm the floor manager here. I'm not going to reveal my last name because you guys are stalkers, but my YouTube channel is Myco Myers. I'm always promoting Myco Myers on this channel because I don't upload.
Fair enough.
Yet.
Tell you what, Tristan. Samantha's mic thing is right in... You want to scoot over here with me? Get cozy? There we go. Cool.
There we go.
So, now instead of the farm manager with us today, we got the floor manager.
Yes, I manage the floor and the people on it.
And the people on it. More so the people on it.
Yeah, the floor stays dirty.
Fair enough. And there we go. Sorry about that.
It's okay. I'm used to things being in my way.
Mm-hmm.
Like the farm manager.
Like the farm manager check. Shoot, we need, if we're going to have Tristan on, we got to have Jack on at some point. Cause,
Especially so he can defend himself.
well, yeah, no kidding.
He can comment. It's fine. We'll just not read them.
I like it. Well, cool. So, guys, I mean, basically, we're just going to do a Q&A. And I thought it would be fun to do a Q&A with Tristan because Tristan knows a lot more about what's going on out there than I do.
Yeah, but your answers won't be very clear.
That's okay. I can clarify.
Yeah, we'll need that.
You nervous?
No,
Good.
just
Not either.
ADHD.
I'm kind of AD, especially with the kids. The kids are out of school today.
My bad.
And you're fine. The kids are out of school today, and Samantha and I have been driven crazy. Probably Tristan, too.
A little bit. I just got a water bottle thrown at my head while talking to our mentorship.
Which kid threw the water bottle
I
at
have
you?
no idea. They were on the walk-in, and whenever I turned around, they were gone.
Like little jaws.
On the walk-in?
Yeah.
Oh my
I can
gosh.
just say it wasn't Collier because he was working.
Collier was working. Okay, wow. Collier was going to be my first guess.
Yeah.
So
Unless he's a really good throw. And he might be. I don't know.
he's actually, I'll be honest, the men in my family are very accurate. So
That's fair.
I like, my dad's a drummer. I do a lot of juggling.
He makes weapons.
And Collier makes weapons. So, yeah. Dude, he made this, like, stick that you pull, like, it's got a band on it, and you pull it all the way up.
He hit me with it this morning.
Did he really? Oh, shit.
I never got
It
to tell
hurts,
you.
man.
It hurt.
It hurts.
I just took
a
it
lot.
and hit him back because he wasn't on the clock, so it was an abuse.
Sorry, Samantha. Samantha didn't like the fact that the camera has been on her this whole time.
You guys are the ones that are talking.
I know,
so.
I know.
Well, they need to see your reaction.
Absolutely.
That way it feels real.
Hey, Armando's on. Hey, Mondo, I know you've been texting me. I'm sorry. I've been busy, man. I keep forgetting to text you back when I got time.
This is my excuse because the only person I've been replying to is my girlfriend.
You have a
But-
girlfriend?
I do.
Oh, May.
Yeah.
Okay.
She and I are very happy.
Good. Anyways, Armando says he's getting a bagger.
Oh, awesome. Finally, Armando.
Right?
Frickin' Dr. Jerkface
Doctor
came with us a year ago and is just now getting one.
Just now. It's
He
all
has,
right.
He has awesome Legos, though.
He has
makes-
awesome Legos.
He makes me want Legos.
He's also got, like, really beautiful hair.
He does.
Yeah.
As the two people that get their hair complimented the most, we can say that.
That's true. Oh, you and Samantha?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't say it.
No, my hair's greasy today. And what's worse is I don't have a hair tie. So I'm actually having a hard time with it.
My hair's kind of oily because of the mask. I wore that ghost mask before you came in for like an hour. Just working in it.
The Papa 2 mask.
Yeah.
What's going on, Matthew and Shroomrella, Ian? Rather lie. I guess I better start answering questions since this is a Q&A.
Yeah.
So we have someone that says, any success with making LC out of spent soaked grain liquid? Rather, I haven't even tried that experiment yet, so I'll be honest. I keep meaning to ask you guys to collect. This is a good person to tell. When you guys are draining the grain, if I can get a couple of jars of like full of it, just the grain water,
Okay.
because I want to make liquid culture out of it and see if it, what's up with that.
Yeah, we don't get much with the millet grain, but whenever we switch back to the grain that we make, we'll have enough.
Oh, the millet's not.
There's like no liquid in there by the time it's empty.
I guess because there's so much grain that it's soaking it all up.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense to me. Breeding genes selection vids on the back burner. So yeah, the breeding videos are on the back burner for now. They are slated for later on this year. I will get on those. What we're actually kind of doing is Samantha's building a body of artwork, and I'm wanting to get some illustrations down for concepts that are a little more like where I can sit there and explain how the genes work and how mycelium actually fuse together and etc. So there's some really cool. In fact, maybe we can ask Sidney Ober-Singleton if we can use some of his illustrations, because he's got some good work too. And if we can use those as bases for ours, it'd make it a little faster.
I'd really like to get the animation down as well, so that it's all animated and kind of in conjunction with exactly how you're speaking. It'll kind of perform in response to what you're talking about. So that'll be really cool.
Works for me. I like it. See, hey days off from work. I'm sub to you. Good to see you. Your field is cool. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. Did you do anything with your liquid culture and unicorn bag project? Sure. Yeah. I mean, I've just kind of experimented back and forth. So, you remember the bags of LC that we had?
Yeah.
That's what she's talking about. The I don't know. I don't really know where it's going to go. The injector ports sucked.
Yeah.
And they kept leaking. So we had like sugar water everywhere for a while.
Yeah. They didn't fare well at all.
So I actually said the other day that Jack ended up having, but you guys probably were the ones that had to clean up the mess in the lab.
Yeah, it was me. Jack didn't.
Jack didn't.
I mean, he told me. That's something.
He told you to do it. There we go. I like it. Oh, man. Excuse me, guys. I still have a little bit of congestion. Let's see. I used to have beautiful black wavy hair. Now it's waved goodbye, is what Ian says.
It's that day.
Hopefully it doesn't happen to all of us.
If it does for me, I'll just wear a wig.
You think so?
Yeah, I look too good with hair.
Well, I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure that I've got a lumpy head, and that it's like, in fact, when I was in boot camp and they shave you really fast with no guard, and I got cuts all over my head, and I'm pretty sure it's because my head's like not even. So I would look really bad bald.
I have a peanut head. It's dipped down right here.
Do you?
It looks like when I was an infant, I wore headphones like that all the time.
And just like made it lobed.
Yeah. It might have happened. That might be where it came from.
You wore too much.
Yeah.
Alcohol or diluted bleach, what would you suggest? Well, that's going to depend.
I wouldn't drink either, honestly.
You wouldn't drink alcohol?
If we're talking isopropyl, no.
Okay, no, not isopropyl.
Also, no, I'm a good Christian boy.
The alcohol for the lab, diluted bleach for the grow room.
Yeah.
That's what I would actually go with. We used, do we use vinegar for anything?
We do, but it's always, if we're like cleaning something for the grow room, we clean it with vinegar first, then we clean it with soapy water, and then bleach water, and then we rinse it again.
Okay.
Like the pipes for the humidifier, we start with vinegar, and it soaks about twice before it touches bleach. Okay. Just in case.
That makes sense. We don't want to make, what is it, mustard gas?
I think that's mustard gas, yeah.
Fun. Hey, there's another one though too, right? Is it alcohol?
Alcohol and bleach is either...
It's
chloroform.
Chloroform, I think.
I don't know. Don't try this.
Yeah, don't make these. It's dangerous. These were both gases used in World War II to kill people. So, Alrighty. Nope, that's the same question. You ever used barley for grain spawn? No, I don't think we've ever used barley.
I think we tried it for the actual bags.
Oh, we did. We
Yeah.
did. We actually did because we were running out of soy.
Straw. I
Was
think
it
we were running
straw?
out of straw.
Okay. We were running out of a bunch of stuff, so we tried a lot of different things, and most things suck.
Yeah.
Oh, were you here when we used hemp herds?
Yeah. It was awesome.
Was the whole the whole valley here smelled like somebody was like steaming weed.
I worked at a hemp shop before, and it didn't ever smell that good.
And the hemp shop never smelled that
Yeah.
good.
Mostly it's because we were fighting off homeless people. They just like to come in and fill the AC.
I can imagine.
Yeah. And probably enjoy the smell.
I mean, I do. Hello to the Mossy team from Moose Jaw SKCA. I'm guessing that's Canada. And SK would be Saskatchewan?
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 I don't know.
Hello, Niall.
Papa Nile.
What?
That's his new nickname is Papa Nile.
Papa Nile?
Yeah.
I like it.
The first Papa.
Oh.
Before Papa won.
Was... Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
We're getting off subject.
Yeah, I'm
talking
sorry.
About Ghost.
We tend to get more into like media stuff than we do mushroom stuff. It's going to be a chore to keep us on task.
Yeah, we're dorks. So
Yeah.
that's why Samantha's here.
That's true.
We should have given her a
See,
win.
she's still here. There she is. She just woke up too.
That's not true.
It's not true. She's still asleep.
That might be true.
Let's see. Are there any good humidity sensor controllers, or is it time-based scheduling the way to go? A lot of the sensors available seem to be pretty bad quality. Well, we have actually had some experience with this lately.
Yeah, our sensor in the second room went kaput like 4 weeks ago, something like that.
We're literally just hand unplugging it and plugging it back up.
Yeah, not even based on time. We just look and we're like, oh, it's dry in here.
Yeah.
Gotta plug it back in.
What is it like? We usually leave it off overnight
Yeah,
and then turn it on when we come in the morning,
or vice versa.
or
If
vice versa,
Someone forgets.
which is bound to happen.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's me too. Like, when I do my dummy checks, I never think to turn it off. So, so Matthew said, what happened? Ian said contamination. Matt said, oh no. Samantha said, that's some wicked contamination to cause hair loss. Oh my gosh.
I was being facetious at your expense. I'm so sorry. It was just a kind of a funny idea.
It's a good moment. I liked it.
Near contaminated his shampoo.
Oh gosh. So my dad's band actually did that to their lead guitar player one time.
Like,
He always they played at a certain club and there was a shower in the dressing room or whatever, and he always liked to immediately go off stage and go take a shower, and while they were all packing up or whatever. So instead they were like, you know what? While they were playing, someone replaced this shampoo with Nair, so he just went and he went to go take the shower, and they're all like, well crap, we're packing up again, and the next thing you know, you hear a scream come from backstage. And he runs out and hair's just coming out in clumps.
oh, that's evil.
It is evil, actually. Like I don't like that at all. Dad's not the one that did it, so you know.
He's not the prankster.
Well, normally he is, but not on that. Let's see. Pulled my first client for my company, Global Mushroom Corporation. $22,000 in equipment. We're build 2 pasteurizers, couple of HEPAs, 2 HEPA positive pressure units. Each just got the wire transfer. That's pretty cool, man. Congratulations, Armando.
Way to include your company name. Just represent. You know, he knew we'd say
I totally read it without even thinking about it.
if we could redact it, we would, because we don't want anyone to switch to Armando.
Well, we're not doing much on equipment, but Man of War and GMC might have a hard time to GMC. Oh,
You need to merge with GMC now.
that's right. Oh, you're absolutely welcome, Armando, and we're happy to help you, dude.
Yeah, we love you. We miss you. Come back.
Oh, I think Jack's on. He says we soak the humidifier pieces in vinegar to get rid of the lime calcium buildup. So I guess Jack is
Yeah.
in there listening to us.
Oh, he needs to get back to work. I guess this is his work.
I mean, it is.
Who is?
He's doing orders.
Oh, Mr. Rager.
Mr. Rager.
Rager. Okay, when I read it from back here, that G looks like something else.
Oh.
So we need to cancel him.
I mean, it's fine.
Yeah.
Closer inspection. So he said it was Saskatchewan, by the way. Matt says he's using whole barley because his local produce supplier ran out of oats. And I'll say that I think barley would work as grain spawn. I mean, it's just pretty much any grain would work.
Yeah.
I mean, we've soaked other grains, haven't we?
Yeah, corn works well.
Corn does work well.
The millet works pretty well. Did we ever try sunflower seeds for that? Because I feel like that would do well.
We did. Oh, no, we tried
did
the
it for
sunflower seeds for the
substrate,
but not for the grain spawn. So I'll tell you that I used to do wild bird seed as mine, and it's got a variety of grains in it. It's actually way more expensive than other types, but it's got a lot of black wool sunflowers in it. Those actually did work really well for spawn, but for substrate, they sucked.
Yeah.
So they sucked really bad for substrate.
We just grew sunflowers.
That's exactly what happened. And it was crazy because we cooked them, and they cooked like they normally would cook. You would think it'd be sterile, but somehow the sunflower seeds still survived the high temps.
Yeah.
So
it was like the exact opposite with the corn, because corn works great for grain spawn, but we tried it with our substrate, and whenever the blocks were spent, like they grew okay, but the mushrooms were smaller.
They were kind of mutant looking.
Yeah.
Like corn did not do good as a supplement.
Yeah, and then whenever we threw them out back, we just accidentally grew corn.
That's true too. Yeah, so the corn definitely survived.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's because of the kernel size.
Probably.
The heat maybe didn't get to it, but
They're just that good of a band.
I do like a lot of it. Yeah. Samantha's not here to keep us on track either, so
We'll try and focus.
See, she's gone, so
We miss her.
we do. Let's see. Getting our best results on wheat at the minute, still experimenting. So I will say that wheat works really, really well. It's kind of one of the standards. Rye was the standard for the longest amount of time. I don't know why rye was so standard, and I don't know the chemical composition of this stuff well enough to know. But pretty much any grain will work for grain spawn. It's just about how you treat it and how long you soak it and how long you cook it and everything. Someone asked, I can't get any core, any sub besides verm. So thinking what you're thinking of, if you're growing what I think you're growing. We don't use cocoa core on anything, and any of the farms that I've mentored or consulted on that are growing that particular type of mushroom don't grow on core or vermiculite either. They grow in the same mix that we do, which is straw and soy. They might do a scoop of black cow manure compost in it, and then cooked, and then inoculated like normal. The straw works a lot better than wood. Hardwood fuel pellets do not work as well for that unless you train the mushroom to grow in that sub. So
Yeah.
But yeah, we don't use any core. I think, didn't we try some bricks that somebody brought us like long time ago?
Maybe. Was that what we tried shiitake on?
Maybe. I can't remember what we tried it on. It was I think it was it was a farm up in Virginia, and they had these like bricks that were made up of old let's just say these cocoa core bricks. And I think we tried to, they never would bust up. Like they never would absorb the water. They were so compressed tight.
Yeah,
But-
I think that is what we tried the shiitake on.
Okay.
We tried them on a brick of sorts, so it could be that.
Yeah, maybe, I don't remember. Shiitake, I would have probably used shiitake on it, but hey, Cameron's on there. What's up? Hey. What's your procedure for second flush? Clean block after first flush and been 7 to 8 days and still no pinning. Well, this is actually more your territory than the lab stuff.
Yeah.
So what do we do to get second flushes?
Honestly, if you clean it out pretty well and all you can see is the substrate, there's no meat from the mushroom left over, it's either hit or miss, honestly.
I mean, do we normally do most of the blocks fruit twice?
Yes.
Okay.
Majority of the time we do.
Okay, so if most of them are fruiting, and we do the clean off, which is what you're talking about, the meat that's on the actual after we've picked the first flush.
Yeah.
So when you say it's hit or miss, what is hit or miss?
So we could probably go out in the grow rooms right now and we'd see ones that could just be thrown out today because it's been like a week and a half and still nothing's grown back after the first flush.
Okay, so there's a number of blocks that will just not flush again.
Yeah, and it doesn't even really depend on the strain itself.
Okay.
Because you'll look at the block right next to it and it'll, be another KB or whatever, and it's growing just fine. It's second or third flush.
I gotcha. Okay. So beyond that, I don't really think like most of our strains fruit twice.
Yeah.
The Hericiums seem like they fruit more than that.
Mm-hmm.
But the like our black pearls, I don't know that they fruit twice. Do they?
I don't think so. Come to think of it.
Yeah, like I don't think the black pearls, the kings, will usually fruit twice for us, but I don't think black pearl does all that. Like I'm actually black pearl's cool and all, but I'm not impressed.
Yeah, it smells good. That's all I can really say.
It does smell fantastic.
Looks cool.
Did Collier have you smell those Pathfinder blocks from today that were being loaded up for Angels? Man, Pathfinder, that dude, we squeeze the bag and it's just the sweetest smell coming out of the filter patch. Like I love Pathfinder because it makes you want to eat the block.
Yeah, we've got some left over. I'll have to go smell after this.
It's delicious, like almost like licorice.
Gross.
Okay, well if you don't like licorice, then you might not like the smell. I like licorice.
You would.
Yes, I would. I do the no soak grain spawn prep. 900 grams of oats, 690 milliliters of water into a bag and sterilize for 2.5 hours. I'm sure you could scale it up. So I've seen that actually. I see a lot of people do the no soak. It's like they just do it right in the bag, water and everything. The only thing I don't like about that is if you're using lots amount of liquid culture, it leaves the top of the bag kind of dry. So that's kind of the big problem I have with that is that liquid culture actually needs a little bit of excess moisture in the bag to survive better.
I could see that.
Someone said, "Ha corn."
Twist.
Is millet the same or similar to Milo? My Milo keeps bursting when cooking it. So they are similar. They are not the same. Millet is the millet grain. Milo is from a crop called sorghum. Sorghum is when you're growing it for the green matter that gets the juicy, sweet liquids, and then Milo is whenever it's you're growing it for the grain heads, the big heads of grain or whatever. Millet, I think, does have gluten in it still. Milo is a gluten-free grain. That's how they make gluten-free beer.
Oh.
Yep, this was sorghum.
It's the kind of beer I'll avoid then.
Yeah, so what's interesting, though, is that I have made pumpkin and sorghum syrup whiskey before, and that was really good.
It does sound pretty good.
That was like the most fall-flavored whiskey I've ever had. And I don't even know if that's a true whiskey. It's more like a rum, I guess, because if you use a sugary liquid, it's like rum. But either way,
Fair.
It's very good. So the bursting problem, Rother, that's probably why he's even asking, and how dare I go off about something else. Bursting usually comes from your temperature changing too quickly. So if you're usually getting it on the cool down, throw a moist towel over your rocker, your weight or whatever, and let it fully cool down before opening it. That will help all the air that's being sucked in. It'll slow all that down and keep you from having such a large because if there's a large temperature differential, there's going to be a large pressure differential, and that pressure, like that sudden high pressure to very low pressure, causes the grain to just crack open, kind of like an astronaut in the spacesuit when there's a crack in their helmet.
It's very morbid.
Right? It is near to impossible to get soil holes in the prairies of Canada. I'm thinking of trying alfalfa pellet or beet pulp pellet. Your thoughts? Ratios with hardwood pellets. Well, we've used beet pulp, haven't we?
We've used both alfalfa and beet.
How did the alfalfa do in the grow room?
I think Jack would remember better than I would.
Okay.
All I remember is it smelled amazing.
I do remember that when it was cooking, it smelled. It didn't even smell like alfalfa.
No.
Like
that and the Timothy grass and the hemp, of course.
the Timothy grass
amazing.
was my favorite to inoculate.
Yeah.
that stuff was fluffier. The alfalfa was a bit like stuck together.
Yeah.
But Timothy grass, did that substrate actually grow mushrooms?
I think it did pretty well.
Okay.
Not like soy good, but like it'll do in a pinch.
Okay. So yeah, Timothy grass was I remember now, we all thought the Timothy grass was much better. You can use alfalfa. I think it's got to be a 20% or less of your supplementation rate. The Timothy grass, I think we did something similar.
I think the downside would be is, you're in Canada, so it's going to take forever to soak.
Oh my gosh.
That was our problem. We did that in summer, and it took forever.
That's right. Yeah, those alfalfa pellets and Timothy grass, they do not soak up water fast.
Yeah.
So, beet pulps, I know people say they work. We have tried them. I don't think we've ever got a good-looking mushroom off of a beet pulp mix.
Not that I can think of.
Like I think I remember there was a wall of like 30 to 60 blocks of beet pulp supplementation that just sat there and did nothing.
Stayed naked, yeah.
Yep. So, and maybe we just went too high of a supplementation rate, but because I think we did a 50-50 mix on those, but it was not the best time. Let's see. I trained marine species to decompose hardwood. Took a year. I have a training recipe and protocol on my channel, which is Dr. Jerkface MushRune Cultivation. You can check him out. He does actually do a lot of training of species, and it's well worth checking out. So, actually, I've never met somebody who does as much training of species as Armando.
It amazes me that Armando has hobbies, because just like the amount of work that he also is like, I do this on the side. How do you even build Legos?
Well, not to mention that he's always sending me things of Legos he's doing. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, dude, man,
Working out.
And working out. Yeah, where are you getting all this?
He doesn't sleep. He pays someone else to do it for him.
I believe that. I believe that Armando does not sleep. Having trouble growing golden oysters. They colonize and pin just fine, but after that they stall and seem to dry out. I'm growing elm oyster, lion's mane, and kings in the same room, and they do fine. What am I doing wrong?
Our golds actually were having the same problem. We haven't grown them in a while.
Yeah,
because,
that's
we haven't really figured anything out there, and whenever they do end up coming off pretty good, it's still they were better last year. Really.
Yeah, so I've noticed that king oysters and golden oysters are not doing as well this year.
Yeah, I don't know what the issue is.
I have a theory on this, but I don't have an answer. So my theory is there are, across the United States, you have climate going on, right?
Mm.
And at certain points, we know that there's a huge bioload in the air, right? Especially in certain places, like deserts, you're not so worried about that. But like foresty places, most of America is going to have a high bioload in the air at any given moment. If it's like icy and frosty where you're at, then you're going to have a much lower one. But as soon as it warms back up, you're going right back into the same bioload. I think that there are waves, just like in your body, how you have waves of microorganisms that like take place based on whether you're sick, you're too hot, you've been eating certain foods, whatnot. The same thing happens across the nation state, across the continent. When that happens, there are particular strains that have particular weaknesses to those contaminations. So, and this is just, I have no way to prove this, but I've noticed that when I'm having a problem with golds, everybody's having a problem with golds.
Yeah.
When I'm having a problem with kings, everybody's having a problem with kings. I think that it's kind of similar with like trees. An oak tree does not produce a massive amount of acorns every year. They'll produce a moderate amount for a few years, and then a massive amount, and then very few, and they change it up.
I see that.
I just wonder if mushrooms do the same thing.
I'm still hung up on you saying across the United States there's climate happening. I want that on your gravestone.
That's not going on my gravestone.
Andrew Reed, 2022, his quote, across the United States, climate has happened.
Climate has happened. I'm not getting a gravestone.
I'll put it on your urn.
That's fine. When I die, Ben's going to skin me, preserve my skin and all my tattoos, and then my flesh is going to be discarded to the gardens, but the bones will be re-articulated.
I'm going to take your face and make a leather face mask.
I'm okay with that.
I'll put it in a movie.
I'm okay with that. As long as I don't have any... If I've got any tattoos on my face, we'll have to keep that.
Okay.
But
We'll just cover it up with a stitch.
This went morbid fast.
Sorry, me and Matt were talking about Leatherface this morning.
Who is Leatherface?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Okay, that's right.
We saw the trailer for the new one, and we were pissed.
Yeah, I believe it. You were telling me about that yesterday.
Yeah.
What is your temp when growing lion's mane, and what would you say is the highest temp lion's mane will tolerate?
I don't know. We haven't grown lion's mane in a while, and they're very, like, they can handle most things over any other hericium. Like, I'd put it in the same category as most oysters, as like being a juggernaut. Other than like whenever you come in and it smells like old yogurt.
That usually means that there's something bad.
Yeah, but yeah, if there's an issue in the grow room, like you can count on lion's mane and like your king blue to be okay.
Yeah, usually.
Yeah.
Unless for some reason, like I've noticed king blue, there are times when every mushroom in the grow room is doing fine, and king blue is still just like browned out. And it's always king blue is always doing the opposite of everything else.
Yeah, I could also say that like here recently, it was because someone wasn't cleaning their blades when cutting the bags, and someone snitched on that person afterwards. And I was like, oh, can't do anything now that they're gone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Makes sense.
And I was like, we'll just not follow in those footsteps.
Yeah, I think that's a good time to just reset and do it right.
Yeah.
As far as like the highest temp that a lion's mane will tolerate, most hericiums do really well in high temps.
Yeah.
Like I think back when we were having trouble this past summer, we could count on most hericiums producing. In fact, I think we've moved production over to lot 2 hericium just to kind of cover some of our oyster losses, because we were, before the mini split went in, we were approaching like 90 degrees in the grow room a lot of times.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'd be drenched in sweat just cutting open those bags. There's an image for you.
Ew, gross. Do you have a recommendation for a video explaining and enumerating all the various methods for putting blocks to fruit, like folding, cutting, orientation, etc.? I do have a couple of videos where I mention that stuff. If you guys like, I can definitely do an actual video of like top fruiting, side fruiting. We can do different bag cuts. So we'll just set up an experiment, and then we'll just film that all the way through.
Yeah.
And you and I can just do that one 10-day period or something.
Sounds good. I like it.
I will say that I like to, the way we do it right now, you can see that I've got a video that says drastically or increase yields overnight with just this cut or something like that. That one, we talk about our current method of doing it. I don't know that I go into anything else though, so. Is there a decent microscope you could recommend for working with spores? Actually, yeah, this one I'm using right here is an Amscope microscope, 20 to 80 times. And you can get different eyepieces that will go into it. You can even get some for cameras. So that goes in, and then I can take an HDMI mini to HDMI and hook that up through to the computer or a big TV or something like that. And then I suggest working with the biggest screen you can work with if you're going to go digital like that. But an Amscope dissecting scope for working with spores. Compound scopes are cool and all, but all you need is a dissecting scope. They're usually, you get a much nicer scope for much cheaper than a compound scope. So, excuse me. My black pearl will fruit twice, but I just pitched my blocks after the first harvest today because it takes too long. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe we're just not waiting long enough.
Huh.
It is kind of a slow grower for us.
Yeah. I mean, usually it's in there for 4 weeks and then it's done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the only time we leave blocks in longer than 4 weeks is if they're currently fruiting. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And as soon as we pick it, we throw it out.
Right. Or if we have a shortage.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh crap, we need third flushes.
Yeah.
So, Hypnotoad.
That's awesome.
It is awesome. Hypnotoad's been with us for a while, but that is like easily my favorite character from Futurama's Hypnotoad.
Mine too.
I've always just thought of, like, my favorite thing is seeing Fry and everybody else sitting on the couch just vegging out like they're watching TV, and it turns to TV and it's literally just the toad sitting there doing nothing.
That's awesome. I wish they would bring that character back on his other shows.
Yeah.
Except I guess he doesn't own any now, does he?
Does he
no,
not?
They're making another season of that one.
Who made that show?
Matt Groening,
Oh,
Simpsons guy.
I didn't realize. Did he sell everything?
Like I guess he's under the overlords at Disney now.
Oh,
And
gotcha.
then his other show's on Netflix.
Aurora Sporealis says, oh, I like that name.
Yeah, that was my dog's name.
Aurora?
Yeah, you're named after my dog. I called her Princess for short, though, because I couldn't fuss at her like that.
Aurora.
Aurora!
Yeah, it sounds terrible. But I do like Aurora Sporealis must be like up north somewhere. I like that a lot. Hi, guys. Chris here. First off, thank you so much for all the info you have shared over the years. You've been crucial to our startup here in northern British Columbia, Canada. Well, you're very welcome, man. And I like your first off. I don't know what your second off is, but we'll get there, I'm sure.
I can see it already.
Can you?
Yeah.
Right here. We have the same kind of problems getting soy holes. What about wheat bran? Okay, wheat bran absolutely works. Wheat bran is the like number one supplement before people figured out to use soy holes. It was T.R. Davis of Earth Angel Mushrooms that really kind of popularized the soy holes for the supplementation. Before that, we all used wheat bran to make blocks, and I hate wheat bran.
Yeah.
It like you cook it and it makes like a glue. They're hard to shake.
And it smells like SpaghettiOs.
It does smell like SpaghettiOs.
Like not
Not even good Chef Boyardee.
Yeah, not Boyardee. Just the brand SpaghettiO.
Right. Right.
Or Campbell's.
Or
I think is who
Campbell's
makes it.
Campbell's SpaghettiOs. Exactly. Zap Brannigan. Man, what's up with the Futurama names? I like this.
Yeah.
Is that
Is that another one?
Zap Bananigan?
Bananigan?
But you know that's definitely a play on Brannigan, right?
I'd say so.
What are the ratios for beet pulp to wood? I'm thinking, so we did 50-50. We had small clusters. I think a lot of people are going smaller. Someone I saw said something about using it at, Timothy said, I did 80% hardwood fuel pellets, 20% beet for a few months. Very small yields. Keep looking for soy holes. My 2 cents.
And then he said beet pulp is working best for us at 50-50.
Okay, so.
Ian said that.
Okay, so honestly, man, you're just going to have to play with it.
Yeah.
Like that's the truth of it. All we can do is kind of tell you things that work for us, but as you can see, things that worked for me or didn't work for me are working for other people.
Yeah.
So
It's because we don't have that time.
well, we definitely don't have the time to do proper experimentation like we should, but
You guys do us and let it. You do it and let us know.
absolutely. That's actually a good point to bring up because we're bringing up a new tier for our Patreon. I hadn't told you about this yet, but the new tier for our Patreon is going to be, we're calling it the Evolution Pit. It's a StarCraft video game reference, but what it comes down to is all these strains that we're collecting from the wild, all these strains that we're breeding, we're going to do where every month we send out a new strain that is unlisted. No one else in the world has it. It is something original to us that we think is going to be good for commercial production. Then, so if they support us at that tier on Patreon, we will send out those cultures to them every month with a data sheet. We will request 3 pictures or video of it, like top, bottom, and of it in the environment. And then we want the weights that you get off that strain, your subjective notes on the taste and everything. And then we'll be able to use all that information to do strain videos for the strain library. But it won't just be our opinion.
Yeah.
It'll be everybody's. That's worked the program.
I like that.
And they get to have the strains to the rights, lifetime rights to the strains, etc. And they get it exclusively before everyone else.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
Thank you. Yeah, that's actually a large part of that's Ben's idea.
Oh.
I thought it was pretty brilliant.
Ben had a good idea.
He had a great idea.
How about that?
How about that? So, yeah, I mean, so it's going to like group generate information, which means it's going to be easier for me to make content. But then it's going to be easier to get more strains out in the world, and everyone who's helping to build it will actually be like, well, we like my plan is to even like as we breed new strains, like talk to these people who are like, hey, we've done this strain. It's one of the dogs. If we've done this strain, we all liked them all. Hey guys, as a group of everyone involved, what should we breed together to create new strains? So people get to actually direct the program, as well as, I don't know, sell the liquid culture or the mushrooms or whatever they want to do. So,
That's awesome.
yeah. I'm
Good
pretty
on you,
excited.
Ben.
Huh?
Good on you, Ben.
Yeah, good on you, Ben.
And now Jack won't have to deal with emails of like, I tried this exclusive thing and, I didn't try at all to put effort into growing it, but I blame you.
Jack gets a few of those.
He gets a lot of those. He used to call me over and have me read it with him because, like, he couldn't stop laughing. We get some bad ones.
Yeah. Well, and part of it, too, is, like, it's no one's fault. It's, like, the strain, like BS8, which is now the Rocky Top oyster. That thing produces more colors, and it's a single strain. Like, I cannot isolate it any further. And it'll produce white, it'll produce dark blue, it'll produce light blue, it'll produce electric blue. I don't know what's causing the different colors.
It's the Urukai of mushrooms.
The
Really.
Urukai of
Covers
mushrooms.
all their colors.
Oh my gosh, we are nerds.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So someone said they grew golden oysters on Timothy grass, and they grew out really nice. So that's another vote for the Timothy grass.
I want to try it again because I miss its smell.
Well, we'll get some next time we go get some.
Oh, sorry.
Because I mean, we're going to Tractor Supply this week anyways while we're waiting on straw.
Awesome.
So we might as well get some Timothy grass and try it. Let's see. Jackie actually said the alfalfa was just too rich. It didn't do very well. Timothy did much better still, though Master's Mix or Goat Mix is where it's at.
Did Jack spell two correctly?
He did.
He used it right too. Good on him.
Good find. Someone said I contemplated using other animal feed pellets other than soy, which is our Maxi Soy, which is our soy hull. So we did a commodity mix, rabbit food.
We did rabbit food and then commodity and one other.
Didn't we try goat food?
Might have been goat food.
I think we tried goat food with the straw to make the goat mix.
Yeah.
The goat
Yeah,
mix.
because everyone got mad that I drew a pentagram, but it's literally the shape of a goat's head.
Is that where a pentagram comes from?
I mean, that's what, heavy metal bands use it.
Ah.
They morph it into a goat's head.
I gotcha. So how do we get on your Discord channel? So Calvin, the easiest way to get on Discord is to support us on Patreon. You go on Patreon, you support, even at the lowest tier, it's $3 a video that we produce. We're starting to do exclusive content. Every Monday I'm doing patron-only live streams. And then we're doing a video a week on there that's just like literally just a cell phone update of what I've been going through that week, what we've been struggling with, our answers to it, etc. So the Patreon's worth it, but it's something like $3 a video, which comes out to like $9 a week, something like that. You can also put a cap on it if you don't want to pay that much, but as soon as you go in that tier, after your card is charged, so after the first of the month, then you are sent a link to join the Discord. And we do all kinds of cool stuff in there. So, you can also just do a consult. That is a more expensive way, but you get an hour of my time, and then we'll get you the Discord link, and bam, you're in there with everybody else.
I get those for free. An hour of your time.
You get hours of my time.
Yeah. If only I got paid for it. Oh wait, I do.
You do, yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
Let's see. Hey, you even got paid to drink with the boss one time.
That is true. I mean, no, it's not.
No, it's not. Speaking of, we are hiring. So if anybody is interested in a job, I know John Grady's been on here a couple of times, but send your resumes to mosscreekmushrooms@gmail.com. We're looking for a lab technician. Be working in the lab right behind us. We need somebody to help us produce all the grain spawn and liquid cultures and ship those out. So we're definitely looking for somebody to come in and help us.
Did Jack tell you that Matt's roommate said he was interested?
Nope, but he is welcome to put in his resume with me too.
He's not sure yet, but
If he's not sure, then
forget it.
Then forget it. Let's see. Hey, from South Africa, are you guys working on any coffee companies and combining powdered mushies with coffee? We are not, but we do have mushroom coffee here that is sent to us from a company in Florida called Cactus Hat Mushrooms. Really good mushroom coffee.
Very good.
Though, the one thing I will say is the coffee's a little weaker because of all the mushrooms in it. But it is naturally kind of creamy. So,
to be fair, you don't need that much coffee.
It's true. I'm just used to coffee that you can stand a spoon up in. And even though his coffee is actually very caffeinated, it's not thick.
Yeah.
So, Let's see. I tried buckwheat. Not much joy with that. I can get soybean hulls, but only at 27 tons at a time. I don't think I could even buy 27 tons at a time. We don't have room for 27 pallets.
Maybe once a year.
Maybe once a year.
And if that's all we're buying.
Said soybeans not grown in the UK, so it's difficult to find in reasonable quantities.
Don't you guys own Asia? Or maybe I'm a few hundred years ahead of.
Yeah. I think you're a little more behind the times there.
Oh.
So, someone said, explain how you guys sterilize, please. I'm not sure what they mean by that. So 3P, like, you talking blocks, or you talking, like agar? I don't know what you're asking me how to sterilize.
Our bodies.
How do we sterilize our bodies? Alcohol.
Yeah. I use soap first.
That's probably a good way to go.
Honestly, I don't want to be that dry, so I just use soap. I don't sterilize my body in alcohol.
Fair enough. It would be kind of...
That'd be awful.
It'd be uncomfortable. Okay, I'm losing my place. Your U-cut straight cut video had great gains for our grow room. So yeah, I mean that overnight for us was big.
Yeah.
Though we keep Tristan even drew a diagram on the wall this long. This is how long your cut should be. Just period. If you have any go to this reference.
And it doesn't help still.
And it still doesn't help. People still shift to smaller and smaller cuts.
I wrote 7.5 inches because that's, a little bit smaller than how much the bag actually is. And it doesn't matter how grown in the bag is, it's still an inch and a half, if even.
Yeah, they I don't know how do I reach these keys?
How do I reach these keys? Looked more like a skateboard ramp when Diane was here. She just do an actual U, the bottom was so small.
Well, see, I don't like that either because I've noticed that we're getting a lot of the...
they look stupid when they grow out.
Well, they do, and they hit the bar sometimes.
Yeah.
And they'll grow around the bar, and then you can't pick the mushroom without tearing it apart.
Yeah. It looks like a mouth, basically, and
just
you gotta rip the bottom jaw off.
A smiley face mouth.
Yeah.
It looks like other people are answering 3P, so I'll skip the questions there for just a moment. But
do our jobs for us. That's fine.
Right? I like that when people do my job for me.
Yeah.
That's why I love the Discord. Ever experimented with mutating spores mycelium in order to potentially create a superior genetic, like how they do with many crops and some mushrooms? If yes, how? So we've actually, I think, I bought a UV light to do this with, and then have not done it yet.
Yeah, we've just got it sitting on a rack somewhere.
Yeah, I need to go get that. But I want to take a spore print and then expose it to the cell phone sterilizers would work really well. I actually have one somewhere. Put the spore print in there, and then something like 30 seconds is enough to just completely kill all the spores. So you would want to do 5 seconds or something. 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. I'd probably even go to a full minute on some of them. And then you just take those spores and then do the breed with them like we normally would, except just to themselves, and see if we get any cool mutations.
That'd be cool.
I want to. 2 cents. We just haven't done it yet, so... I recently purchased some liquid culture from you. I was wondering what the average time that takes to get shipped. So normally it's a day or two later. If you ordered last week, COVID.
Yeah.
We had COVID run through the shop for 2 weeks straight. So we are behind, but we're getting caught up exactly right now. I think Jack actually just got all of 1 week done yesterday, and then Tristan took it to the post office, and then today we've got the same thing going on. So
yep. Luckily we were ahead on everything else, so now we're just where we should be.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, we're getting to the point. So yeah, Terrence, it should be any time now. What's up, James? Mr. Woody?
Harrelson?
Do what?
Harrelson?
No, not Woody Harrelson. It's Mr. Woody's Mushrooms, and it's a guy named James Mundell.
Oh, so you're a liar. Your name's not Woody at all.
Your name's not Woody at all.
I forgive you, James.
I'm sure James will forgive you too.
Who's yelling?
Huh?
Someone's all caps.
Tristan, you're gonna get me in trouble, little mushrooms.
No, this one.
Oh,
don't
that's
care
the
about who
3P.
that is.
If I'm sterilizing corn in the PC, should I also have to sterilize it inside the jars after? So you sterilize? No, you put the corn in the PC and then sterilize it. You don't sterilize it beforehand. You soak it, then you drain it, put it in jars, and then cook it. Oh, James, you're in on that Patreon? Heck yeah, man. We'll get you on there for sure. Well, I guess you'll get yourself on there, but yeah, we'll get it taken care of.
You do the work.
You do the work. Let's see. I'm having a hard time getting my Namiko to pin. Have we done Namiko since you've worked here? It's like an orange gooey mushroom.
No.
Okay. So the biggest thing with that is it's chestnut is a Fialota something. The Namiko is like I think it's Fialota Namiko. So they're cousins. They're really close. And you know how the chestnuts bags get really like that yellow gooey liquid in there?
Yeah.
The Namiko gets the orange.
Okay.
And when you cut them open, they actually form this big orange jelly on the block. And you're like, ooh, gross. But then what's interesting is that all the pins are growing under that jelly. When they grow, they stretch that jelly out, and it protects them while they're growing. And then they break through that, and it makes a slimy cap mushroom until they finally grow to the full size and they're drier.
That's pretty cool.
It's actually really, really cool. And what's cool is that slime, once it's like if you cook with it, it gets reconstituted a little bit, and it creates like a thickener in like a dish. So if you've got like a really wet dish, you can put those mushrooms in there, and it'll help thicken everything up, congeal it a little bit.
Huh. The more you know.
The more you know.
That's pretty cool.
Is that Reading Rainbow? Or PBS?
Reading Rainbow was on PBS.
Oh, that's right.
Take a look. It's in a book. I actually thought
Reading
chestnuts were orange,
Rainbow.
so I'm colorblind.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Just
you're
letting
colorblind.
everyone know.
I mean, they are kind of orangey. I'd consider it more like a dark yellow, but I can see like it being a light orange. Yeah, Jack and Tristan are both colorblind, which is really hard for contamination search. Actually, like he's got it better than Jack because he can actually smell. Your brother's got like no sense of smell.
Yeah,
but
which is weird because I've got the smaller nose. I mean, mine's wider.
Yeah, all right, baby.
Was that you fussing at me on the channel?
No.
Okay.
That was Jaggy.
Probably Jack.
No, I've been fussing at Collier this whole time.
Uh-oh.
Oh, poor Collier. He deserved it. Whatever it was.
Somebody said it's called Baphomet. What's called Baphomet?
Oh, the
The
pentagram?
goat thing?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Thank you, whoever.
Apsinthos. So, I don't know what Baphomet would be other than just...
It's the goat
A
one,
goat.
is all I know. I'm not big into it.
Right. Excuse me. We got about 5 minutes, guys, so I'm going to get through this as quick as I can before we call it a day. So,
I got work to do, guys.
yeah, he's got like 30 minutes to close up, so. Hi there. I often have some chalk on my bags in the bottom of the barrel, and they don't seal well. Have you ever put acids into your cook? I'm thinking that they're probably cooking like in the, like doing an all-in-one barrel, so they're getting that powdery stuff.
Like lime buildup and
Yeah.
stuff. I just scrub it out.
Yeah, I think
honestly, each time.
just scrub it out and like wipe it down or something.
Yeah. With, vinegar, that'll do it.
Makes sense to me. How long does your liquid culture we use your recipes take to show on oats? I'm doing a 15-hour cold soak strain with a couple hour with builds 3-hour cook in the 941. So Aurora Sporealis, it depends on what strain you're talking about, what species. King Blue will often show up in like 3 days, but like chestnut sometimes won't show up for like 10 or 12. And that's pretty common even in the grain spawn. Like grain spawn speed is pretty, like King Blue leaps off the very next day.
Yeah.
Chestnut, you won't see it growing for days. So.
And like shiitake, surprisingly, you'll see it in maybe 3 days, honestly. Like
Right. Shiitake is actually a pretty fast colonizer.
Yeah.
It is
It just takes forever
to age.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should mushroom farms in states that allow cannabis try to partner with them, compost the hemp stock CO2 O2 exchange? I mean, I encourage cooperation wherever.
Yeah.
And I will say that when we cooked hemp herds here, it smelled good, but they did not grow good mushrooms. And there might be a way to do it, but I don't know. I don't remember I don't even remember where we got the hemp birds, but I don't think they did well.
No, I think we were more upset that they didn't do as well as we had hoped because we wanted to keep that smell.
Right, it's a good smell, and
I think Joseph even ate some of the pellets.
Joseph, oh my gosh, like oh my gosh, man, I miss Joe.
I do too, honestly. Come back to us, Joe. We're hiring.
Yeah, that's right, Joe. We're hiring. How much am I paying for the job? That depends on your skill level. If you've already got my micro skills, then I'll pump you up a little bit. But it'd be pretty competitive with a 4-year degree in microbiology is what I'm looking at right now. So, if you have a degree in microbiology, yeah, come on, man, I'll pay you $15 an hour to come pour plates and do breeding projects and that kind of stuff. So the best way for you, it's just going to have to be negotiated because I've got a top dollar I can pay, and there are some people out there, I'm sure, that have skills that want to put them to use. So
yeah, Jack got me trained on it, and it just wasn't my thing. And I'd rather eat a bucket of needles and get bullied for the rest of my life than do it.
Well, that's why you're out in the grow rooms.
Yeah,
out on the floor.
That's why I'm the floor manager, not
the. I will be honest, man. Like, it's a little hard for me at times. Like, sometimes it's so tedious pulling cultures. Like, it was one thing when it was the lab in the basement, and I didn't realize how little work I was having to do back then. But also, because like Jack will come in sometimes and have to pull 100 to 200 syringes.
Yeah. In
a week, like just sit down one day and just pull. And I remember pulling so many here, my arm was just hurting. But used to just go downstairs, throw on like a Joe Rogan podcast or something, or.
Yeah, Jack goes through an entire season of like the Dairy Girls when he does it.
What are the Dairy Girls?
I don't know, but my sister's into it now too. That's all I know. I assume they're Irish.
He watches a lot of Bob's Burgers in the lab.
Does he?
Yeah.
I know he watches it at lunch because I have to eat with him.
Yeah, well, there you go. Okay, I'm trying to find the questions that I can hit really quickly. So
find the ones that matter.
Yeah, let's. Well, they all matter. I mean,
sure. Sure they do.
To get them to do the cuts more uniformly, maybe make an acrylic guide for them to carry to check against. That's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I can do that with the laser engraver. Like, just cut the figure out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or we could have more competent employees.
Shh, don't tell Matt that. They're probably listening.
He's doing great. He does great.
Oh, you mean Collier?
Yeah, I can insult Collier because he knows what his problem is.
There you go. Hey guys, Andrew, back to your unicorn vid. What size would you recommend for an 8-pound spawn bag? I think you could fit 8 pounds in one of our normal spawn bags, don't you? Or would that be pretty tight?
No, well, yeah, I think that'd be a little too much, honestly.
So maybe like the fruiting block bag size with the 0.2 filter.
Yeah.
I'd go with that then.
Yeah, that'd be better.
Someone says Masters Mix sounds racist. I don't...
Does the Masters of the Universe sound racist to you? Because I've got a big problem for you.
Wait, doesn't Masters of the Universe have like a bunch of different aliens and stuff in it?
I don't know.
Masters of the Universe is He-Man.
Yeah, but are they even aliens? Skeletor's just deformed.
Oh, he's not an alien?
His face got melted off.
I don't know.
And then Beastman is a werewolf, I think. They're all from the same planet, I think, other than Orko. God, I'm a nerd.
A little bit.
My dad was big into it, okay? I don't like it.
I never watched Masters of the Universe growing up. I mean, I did watch, what's the one with Tigira?
Thundercats.
Thundercats. I did watch Thundercats.
Never watched it.
I was never big on it. Like, I was much more of a Angry Beavers kid.
Isn't that
That's Nickelodeon.
Okay. I was thinking of something else. Zombievers.
Oh, I gotcha.
I feel like Mondo would know what that is.
I haven't seen that for sure.
It's a horror movie.
Oh, well then we should check it out sometime.
It's not good.
Oh, let's not check it out then.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thanks, James. He just said he just upgraded to the tier on Patreon. So,
thank you, James.
Oh, James, I don't have that tier on there. If you're talking about the Evolution Pit one, go back to your other one. Let me get the Evolution Pit one put on. I'll do it tonight.
We won't refund you though.
He won't get charged yet.
Uh-oh, Ben's on here. Now I'm in trouble.
I know.
Talking all that smack about him.
We're already a minute late on getting on here, too.
Oh.
Hey, somebody says that Tristan has a huge forehead.
They are right. Honestly.
Do you have a big forehead?
It's, you know.
Dude, your forehead's not...
It's big, but it's not enormous.
My forehead's bigger than yours.
Oh, okay. Then whoever said that, screw you.
I mean, look at this. You know, look at that. See?
I have a problem with that person. Who was it? No, Matt. I'll find you.
Yeah, Fat Matty.
I'll find you, Fat Matty.
Yeah, he's right out there.
Oh, it's Matt?
It's Matt. That's Matt.
Shut up,
saying
animal.
that. Matt, you look like Animal from Muppets.
Yeah, on meth. Nature is racist. I agree.
Nah, right.
Every animal is racist to some extent.
Damn straight. Well, I think that's a good place to end it.
Yes.
Thank you guys for joining us. We are very pleased.
Not white. Well, not quite.
Not white. Somebody got him on
I'm
the
not.
racist thing.
We're not white, so you can't cancel us.
I mean, I'm white.
No, he's a dwarf.
I'm a dwarf. Well, that's not white. Dwarfs are descended from maggots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he listens to enough Slipknot.
With that, guys, I have no idea what's happening. Keep spawning culture, y'all. Say bye, Tristan.
Bye, Tristan.
Bada bear.